Hey everybody, it's John Fowler here. Hopefully I don't come across too crazy in this video, but I've recorded all this footage twice already and forgot to plug in my new microphone. It sounded crap, so I'm doing this for the third time, and I feel slightly insane doing it, but here we go. So this video is about dealing with injuries. Here we go. So this video is about dealing with injuries. I recently had a grade 1 calf muscle tear while doing a park run, and although I felt fine for the first week and a half, roughly, towards the end of the second week I started feeling quite pissed off about it and was struggling with what to do with all the spare time and the frustrations around not being able to run and the pain, you know. So I thought it'd be interesting to make a video of some of the information that I found by researching the internet and going to seek some advice at a physio, and hopefully this information will be useful to anyone else who's suffering any kind of injury, whether it's related to running or kayaking or climbing or whatever sport you participate in. Would like to say a couple of things at the start. I'm not a professional, well I am, but not in sports physio. So as a bit of a disclaimer, this is just information that I've gleaned over the years. I've been doing things like mountain bike racing and running and rock climbing to quite a high level for 20 odd years, so I have quite a bit of experience of being injured and what to do. So please take what you can from this video and hopefully it will be useful. The second thing is, hopefully it doesn't come across as too flippant. Some of the people watching this video may have sustained quite bad injuries, and I'm really sorry to hear that. I've only got a grade 1 injury, so this is going to take up to, say, a month to recover, but hopefully there's some sort of psychological stuff in here as well, how to approach the recovery process, not just physically but also mentally as well. So hopefully there's something in here for everyone, so hopefully it's going to be useful to you. I'm breaking this down into 6 sections. Number 1 is accepting you've got an issue and then seeking some assistance. Number 2 is how to use your time positively. 3 is catching up with things that you may have neglected, like housework. Sticking to a healthy diet. Number 5 is being patient. And number 6, what to do when things get tough, and there I'm talking about visualization. Oh hi, is that Key Kinetics? Yeah, oh hi Jen. Yeah, it's John Fowler here. Yeah, I've got another injury I need a bit of a hand with, I'm afraid. Cool, yeah. Wednesday? Yeah, that'll be brilliant. Okay, see you then. Cheers, bye. Going to number 1, accepting that you have an issue. Now, anyone that participates in sport, especially things like adventure sports, we hurt ourselves occasionally, we pick up injuries, and you know, quite a few of them we can work around, we can sort them out ourselves. But sometimes, you know, you get to the point where you realise actually this isn't going to go away on its own, you have to seek advice. I think it's important to be aware of that and to accept that it's going to cost some money to put this right, it's going to take some time, I'm going to miss some races and some training, but you know, at some point you've got to accept that you need some assistance, and there's obviously some really good help out there. And I think it's important to find a physio that is going to work with you. If you're anything like me, you like to keep active. And I've worked with a couple of physios over the years that are really positive. You know, they know you want to keep training, and they'll try and help you through that process by giving you things to do. So maybe cross training that's not going to affect the injured muscle, for instance, or some really light training when the recovery process has got that far that you can actually go and do something. So I've been doing sort of run walk stuff today, and I feel brilliant for doing it. I'm out running again, I'm out in the fresh air, I'm doing a bit of running, I'm stopping occasionally to stretch and just make sure I'm not overdoing it. Brilliant. So try and find yourself someone that is knowledgeable, maybe someone that can be recommended to you, but someone that will work with you in a very positive way that's going to help you get fit quickly. So I've been using a lady called Jen down at the Key Kinetics, who are based at the climbing wall in Exeter, and Jen is really good at this. She's very positive and she's given me a recovery plan. So that gives me an idea of timescales. She's given me strengthening exercises and stretches, how to compare that with the other muscle, what to focus on, what to expect for the future. And I find that kind of information empowers me. Get that information that will empower you as an athlete to take control of the situation again and be able to give yourself some little milestones that you can follow, that you can kind of tick off, and so you can be aware of your own progress. I think it's really important that you're able to take control of this as opposed to sitting at home feeling helpless and despondent. So find yourself a good physio that will work with you in a really positive way. Number 2, use the time positively. Now, I started looking on the internet, I was looking on YouTube and started finding loads of information about injuries and using the time to sort of kind of review, okay, well, what went wrong? I think for me, I was overtrained. I think subconsciously I was aware that I was getting overtrained, and I had started planning an easy week, but I left it too late. I think it'd be good for the future to develop that awareness, or even a training program where I factor in an easy week every 3 weeks or something like that. And I can go and seek some advice at my local running club. But also, I'm going to review my running gait. I've been trying to adopt the pose method, and I think I'm leaning forwards, but I know that I'm landing on my toes, but I'm still reaching out in front of me too far, I think. So I'm going to be looking at some of my own video stuff. And also looking at general training programs and nutrition as well. So you've got all this free time that you would normally be doing while you're training. So use that in a really another positive way to review the whole situation, review your training and your nutrition and your gait, for instance. Number 3, catch up with neglected things. I'm terrible at housework. I hate housework. I live on my own at the moment. I hate hoovering and stuff like that, and I tend to leave things to the last minute, and I still haven't done it now, to be honest. But it has given me time to look for those neglected things in my life and catch up with friends and family and loved ones. It's another really positive thing you can do with your time. It'll make you feel better for doing these things. So make a little list of the things that you're neglecting. Also, I think with cross training as well, if you can identify some of the things that you can do that will help you with your recovery and keep you getting a bit of an endorphin burst now and again to keep your spirits up. Maybe review. I used to do quite a bit of cycling, mountain biking, kayaking, wave skiing, stuff like that. So I've been doing a little bits and pieces of those to just to keep me feeling healthy and just keep keeping the spirits up. Number 4, stick to a healthy diet. And this is one of the things that I wasn't really thinking about too much until I realised that when I don't train very often, I kind of start craving sugary foods, chocolate and sort of muesli bars and stuff like that. I kind of banished them from my diet about 5 months ago, and I've lost about 8 pounds in weight without trying. And I've been feeling more energetic and kind of level in an energy energy-wise throughout the day. But because I've not been doing any exercise for a couple of weeks, I started craving those things. I think it's important to try and stick to a healthy diet, and obviously be aware that the fact you're not training means you don't need the same kind of calorie intake as well. So maybe a good thing would be to eat 3/4 or 2/3 of what you would normally eat, but the same kind of stuff. You know, you may feel that you want to do a bit of comfort eating and eat something crap that you like just for a change, and I'm sure that's not going to help. If that makes you feel better, why not? But you know, just be careful that you just don't want to be doing that all the time. Number 5, patience. Unfortunately, you do need to be patient with these things. I have a couple of friends that are running on injuries at the moment, and they say that they keep getting injured, but I don't know their exact situations, but it does seem to me as though at some point it would be good to just stop running for a couple of weeks. You know, it's tough, isn't it? It's really tough, and it's hard to be patient. A really wise, good old friend of mine once gave me this analogy about these sort of things in life, that it's a little bit like surfing. It's like waves coming. You know, the positive times are when the wave comes and you jump on that wave and off you go. And then there are flat times in between, and when you're recovering from an injury, maybe these are some of those flat times, but you know that the waves are coming, and if you get yourself sorted out, then you'll be able to take advantage of those waves when they come in the future. But you know, it's not easy being patient, is it? But unfortunately, it's just something you have to do. And as I've said with these previous items, that you know, there are positive things you can do with your time, and that's probably the best way to do that. Number 6, last of all, when things are tough, I do find visualization really useful. I mean, I've used that a lot generally in improving in all sorts of sports. I also play guitar. I do a lot of visualization when I play guitar, or rock climbing, for instance. Trad rock climbing, you need to be able to visualize the route where you're going to place gear and stuff like that. But I think also in this context, maybe visualizing what it would be like to be running or doing your sport again after your injury, after your recovery, could be useful. Maybe I've been thinking about, you know, planning things in advance, planning for races and stuff like that. They could be good visualization techniques, and setting yourself some targets and goals. But if you can do that, obviously they need to be realistic, because you don't want to set yourself some targets that could give you be a bit tight with regards to time, and end up, you know, training too quickly and re-injuring yourself. So be careful with that. But you know, visualizing what it's going to be like to be fit and healthy again, and kind of reminding yourself of what it's been like in the past, and go through that, and that might help you get through some of those tough times. So that's about it for this video. As I said before, I'm not professionally qualified in this, but I'm hoping that kind of my experience, you know, some of what I'm saying here could be useful to you if you are injured at the moment and on your road to recovery. If you have any comments, or you'd like to contact me, please do so below, and I'll try and get back to you at some point. If you like the video, please hit the like button. Feel free to share this on any of your social media outlets, and please subscribe if you do. Other videos in the pipeline include one on, I did a lab test at Exeter University on the treadmill and had my lactate threshold and turning point, VO2 max and running economy analysed, and I'll be using that information with some coaches to improve my training and my running gait and things like that in the future. So if you are injured, I hope you feel better soon. I hope this video is some use to you, and I'll catch you soon. Cheers.